Hey guys, welcome back out to the shop with the Jimmies.
I'm Jimmy J. That's gonna be my
I'm Jimmy.
my new name.
Jimmy J.
So we're back out in the shop today. We're gonna do a little bit more work on the F250, just some cosmetic things today.
We are on a roll with this
structure. Yeah, if you guys are interested in the channel for the hydro dipping videos, just bear with us, please. We do have more coming, but with the winter time, we don't got any hot water in the shop, so actually carrying 5-gallon jugs of hot water to put in there is a chore.
Plus it cools pretty quick.
Yeah, but we do have some really cool things in the work for that, so, you know, just stay tuned.
Today we're doing a little front end bling on here.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Right here, it's a Ford emblem, but this one lights up, so you just replace your factory one that you have right in here. It also has the addition, if you have the camera in the front with the little washer fluid, I guess, washer in there, it'll still work. So
well, they do make one of these that have the ports for that. Ours don't have it, so.
Yeah, but yeah, the truck doesn't have it, so we just got the standard. But this will just replace the factory emblem, wires right in, and then boom, you got yourself a nice glowing Ford
it's
emblem.
pretty much plug and play. There's no wiring you have to do, per se, splicing anything. And one more item is here. These are the Raptor style lights, the 3 amber lights you get up top here. We went with that also. We're going to see what that looks like.
So this is a comparison for me because on my F-150, I'm looking to get the grill of like the Raptor for mine that actually spells out Ford. But depending on how this one looks, I might go this way. So, you know, let us know what you think in the comment section.
Yeah, you guys like the Raptor grills, or is there another grill you like for the 150s?
Yeah, because I'm searching, so.
So with that being said, let's get over here. We'll show you what tools we're going to need to do this job. It's a pretty quick and easy job, so let's get started.
So at the tool cart, everybody, we got all the tools laid out that you're going to need. So I'll give you a quick rundown of everything. Of course, your main pieces, your components. We have ourselves 2 sets of pliers, straight blade screwdriver, an 8 and a 10 millimeter socket, ratchets to go with them, T25 Torx and a T30 Torx, little panel popper, and then a pick. That'll make things really easy. Don't worry, it does come with instructions, so, you know, do not fear.
Yeah, with the Loctite, we're going to put the bolts that go on the back of the emblem with a little bit of blue Loctite just so they don't back out on us.
Yeah, weren't you saying the factory one has 3?
The factory one has 3 spots for it. This one only has 2.
Yeah, so you want those to stay tight so you don't have any
and you can see those bolts are kind of tiny as far as the one end that goes in. So we want to Loctite that in.
So first step, guys, we're going to be taking all of these panel poppers. Oh, it's a panel popper. All these clips.
Panel clips out.
Right out of here. So for this one, this truck, we have, was it 14, I think?
There's 14 on this.
So they just look like these. They're just kind of sporadically placed all over here, all the way across. Oh, yeah, there's some up there you don't want to forget. So once you get all of those off, this will just come right off, and then we'll move on to the next step.
So let's get a couple of these off. Just pop up the one. I'm sure you guys have done this before. You gotta just get underneath the top piece. And you'll see on the corners, I'll do one of those next to show you. Over here. On this corner one, it's down in there. Them panel poppers won't work, so this pick is going to be your friend here trying to get down in there to pop those up.
You can also use a straight blade screwdriver if you didn't have the pick, depending on your tools. But
that seemed to work pretty good for us. So you just go around and finish getting the rest of them off.
now that you got all these panels, panel pieces, or panel, I don't even know what I want to call them, panel clips. Just go with that. Panel clips out. We're just going to snag this and take this off. You just do this with one hand. Easy peasy. Comes right off.
Set that aside. Then next you're going to see here, there's the top of the grill. There's 8 bolts. We got to get those out. Those look like the 10 millimeters we're going to need. So we'll get to that next. All right, he's starting with the 8 on top. And that's the 8. Next step is the, I don't know, a little freaky part for some people, but there's clips. You got to pull the grill forward at the top first, Then there's, I think, 4 clips at the bottom, but you want to be careful because it is all plastic. So if you're in a cold climate like us, your plastic might be a little brittle. So pull it out nice and even. We're going to start at the top.
I guess depending on the age of your truck too. If it's older, I'm sure that plastic's a little bit weaker. Just take your time. You don't want to mess up any of...
Maybe have a partner, one to help you pull and one to look at, make sure everything's clear. All right, guys, get your helper, just pull on it gently. You're going to start at the top till you get those panels released, and then you'll pull from the bottom. That's the top. That's easy. Give her a tug. Don't be afraid of it. There's one.
There we go. Nothing broken. Woo-hoo!
You'll see, I don't know if you can see it here, there's these clips down at the bottom. You're going to have to take those off and put them back onto here
To push it in.
when you push it back in. But
We'll get to that step.
yeah, so you want to lay this on something soft.
Alright guys, so we brought the grill over here to the bench. We just made sure, I just put my coat underneath it so we don't scrape anything if we slide left and right. So now we got our 3 bolts right here, 3 nuts that we need to take off. So this will be using our 8mm. So I'm just gonna, oh, is it the 8?
No, I think it's a 10.
No, I grabbed the wrong one.
I think the 8s are going to be for the new ones.
Grab the 10. There we go. Okay, that'll be good. That's
I mean, it would be a little faster with a drill. You could use it to take them off, but I definitely want to do it putting them on.
Yeah, you torque too much, you'll make an oopsies. I'm just gonna go grab the drill to take them off fast. At least they give you new hardware though, because you could tell these aren't gonna be
Yeah, that's some crappy
good for a
thin
while.
nuts.
Okay, move these out of our way, and then I can probably pull.
This
that
is
up.
also the point, if you had like the camera or the washer, you would be disconnecting all that before you pulled your grill off. There'd be wire plugs. You just unplug those and you get it right out. Ours is going to be pretty simple.
I might have, there you go.
Boom.
And then you just hang that up or like stick it to something that you like. Maybe
Oh.
put it on your tailgate.
Well, there's a big one on the tailgate.
Oh, that'd be even.
They have lighted ones for the tailgate too if you wanted to go that way. So next we're going to come over to the bench. We're going to put the new studs in this new one.
I'm just gonna set it somewhere.
Well, we'll set it over there on the tool bench.
Alright guys, so I pulled the post right out of the bag along with the 2 nuts we're gonna need. So if you look closely at these, it's got like a little line right there. That's gonna be what actually goes right into here. So we're gonna put a little bit of Loctite on there right now and then screw those right in. You don't need a lot of this. Oh, cool, I could just use the remaining.
You're good, you don't have to touch it. It doesn't say to put Loctite on them. We just feel there's not much threads there. We don't want it backing out. So a little blue Loctite won't hurt it, I don't think. Unless you try to get it off again, right?
And there we go. Left hand tight.
So they are tight. That's all we have to do because we don't have the camera and stuff. So the studs are in, ready to go. Now we're going to put it up into the grill. Make sure you set up in there the right way so your forge right side up.
Yeah, otherwise you do all this and then you realize it's upside down and you go, oopsies. Alright guys, so I have the Emblem forged like this because our grill, this is the top of the grill. So I'm just going to lift it up, slide it underneath, line up the post. Good and good. Set it down, make sure you get your wire there. And then we're technically set up.
Now you just put the nuts on. But like we said, you can use the drill to take up the distance, but don't tighten it with that.
And then these new ones are the 8mm, so I got confused before, so.
It has, as you see, these slots are, or these holes are, so you want to make sure you're centered in your grill before you tighten them down. We're just taking up the gap with this. They'll be a little tight because they are lock nuts. As you can see, it's down there. I mean, it looks like you could use a washer almost.
I guess it's kind of up to you. If you got one to put it, I'd put it in there. Yeah, I think we should look for a washer real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna pull these back out and put a washer. It didn't come with any, but how small
safe.
that nut is compared to that hole, it just looks like it could pull through possibly. So bear with us while we pull these off. We're gonna go find some stainless steel washers, and then we'll put them on there.
All right, everybody. So we found some washers, stainless washers. They're a little bit big for what we want, but it's gonna do a lot better than just having this little thing on there. So I'm just gonna place both of those on there.
It's still, the hole's not big enough where the nut's not going to fall through it, so it'll be an improvement. Is the hardware they provided stainless?
I don't know.
I bet not. I wonder.
Give me a magnet, I'll tell you.
That round magnet over there, sir.
I'll take this off for you, so we can just magnet it. Socket. There you go.
There's a magnet.
I think it's stainless.
Yeah, nice stainless hardware, so you're definitely going to want to use the stainless washers. That's nice, Putco. Stainless hardware, nice.
Good. Okay, so I got these close, so when I go to tighten them, I just need to make sure that the emblem's centered. I'll show you guys here in a second. Let me just make sure I got everything I need. Okay. So the easiest way to do this that we were seeing was you just follow your fingers on the side of this plastic, go down to where the emblem is, and you'll feel it, and then just make sure it's centered on each side. You should just be able to feel it. You could pick it up, but if you were to pick it up, it might slide left and right by the time you put it down. So just double check that, and then go for a light tighten. And then don't reef on these. Just, grab it close and give it a tighten. Because this is lock nuts, so. And there we go.
So now we just pretty much going to go over there. We're going to take those clips off, and then we're going to put them in the grill. Back in the grill, that makes it easier to put back on. We're just going to, when we get over there, we're just going to put the bottom ones in. We don't want to tighten the top ones yet because we want to route the wire.
So we're going to be taking the clips off now. This is pretty straightforward. You just grab a straight blade screwdriver. You look at the clip here.
Yeah, just push on the top, pry down a little, watch your fingers.
Or if you don't like your fingers, just aim for them.
Just push a little, they come right out.
And then now that we got these clips just about out, we're just going to install them back onto the grill and then put the grill up here. We're not going to fasten it completely. We're kind of just going to put the grill up here so it's in position so we can start to run the wires. He's trying to do that calculation to make sure he doesn't flip it the wrong way.
And then you just push them back on, push them into place. It's the 4 of them. You'll see the spots where they go. That's it for these clips.
Now we will put this grill up here. Make sure that this wire stays near the top for us because, as I said, we're not going to completely clip this on yet, secure it. We're just going to place it up there so we can start to run some wires. This is a little side note here. I mean, this is subjective if you want to, but, my father likes to, do things that last a little bit longer. So he's wrapping the wire in a, wire loom?
Yeah, I'm putting it in a wire loom. I'm going to leave it hanging the end out because we got to make the connection still. Then we can, we'll put heat shrink tube on these connections, and we'll put it in the wire loom.
You want me to get the old finish?
You can push it until you hear the bottom just click. We'll leave the top loose.
All right, guys, so we put this on here. We're just leaving the top loose and just tightening the bottom because we have enough of a gap up here to be doing anything that we need to do for wire running. So I will grab that camera and give you a close-up of this wire routing. So now that we got this grill where we have it set and we're running wires, we're grabbing the, what is this? This is the
Add-a-fuse.
The add-a-fuse wire.
You can see the...
Yeah, so this right here is going to go into your fuse box. So that end is going to go up towards that direction. You're going to keep these two. And then we opted to use some heat shrink for the butt connectors. So this is pretty straightforward. We're just going to plug the red into the red, and then we're going to use the heat shrink on here just as a little extra added protection.
You can even go a step further and put a little dielectric grease in there.
Yep, and then for the black one, there we go. So your red wire is going to go into your fuse box, and then the black wire is just going to be grounded somewhere on your chassis. That is a good spot for it. So what were you thinking? Yeah,
I'm thinking this nut right here. We're just gonna. That's
where the hood latch is. Yeah.
We're just gonna put a round terminal thing on there, so we can put it right on. So let's hook our red one up first. Get some heat shrink tube on there. I'm gonna use a micro torch. Works a little faster, in my opinion.
So after about 3.5 hours, probably more like 2 minutes, we finished the heat shrink for both of these. So he's just wrapping this into the loom the best he can.
The only one you're gonna have to put in here most of the way is the red one, because we're
grounding the black one anyway. So
I almost didn't even need to
heat
put it
shrink
in there.
Yeah, you probably could have just.
So just finish feeding this in your wire loom, then you can route it over there before it looks good.
So for routing methods, you want to show them your route that you're planning.
Just to go behind here, we want to go underneath the spout. We have the aftermarket cold air intake or air cleaner, and then we're going to go around the back of this, right along the back of the battery, right to the fuse box. Should look really good. It's hidden. It's in the wire loom.
All right, guys. So I'm just gonna show you a quick look of where we ran it here. He decided to bunch up the ground wire, so because he's going to ground it to the hood latch. You could cut it to the size and just have it run there. We kept it longer in case we ever had an issue in the future. We have a little extra wire there if we needed to rerun it. If you do have the extra wire, you could run it along the path that we were doing and then just ground anywhere up here. There's a whole bunch of spots here. See if I can get it for you. Right down here is one. I mean, you could technically ground to that. Just anywhere on the chassis that is a good grounding source. He ran it to the side of the battery, right along his cold air intake, behind here, right over the headlight, underneath the headlight adjustment, right through here. And then we place the loom right here and then use a zip tie to attach it to this piece, this plastic piece right here.
Also, as a note, in the directions it says just strip the wire and wrap it around the screw for grounding. We're going to use an actual terminal. It is marine grade, so it'll heat shrink right onto that, just so you know.
Yeah, just a little extra things you can do, guys, that will just make things last longer.
It's worth doing right.
All right, so we got everything wired, and he did attach the ground to the hood latch bolt here. So as you can see, completely all good put together, and he's grounded. He's got the extra wire just zip tied up here, and it's firm. It's not moving anywhere. He actually zip tied it to the sensor that goes to the hood latch. I'm pretty sure it's, yeah. So it's not going to just be free moving or knocking off anything. So now we wire into the fuse box.
All right, over here on the passenger side on these Super Duties is the fuse panel. Just take the lid off, and on the lid, the numbers all your fuses. So in this particular directions, it tells you fuse position number 34, which is right here. It's a 10 amp fuse. You can see that. So we're going to pull that out, put the extended fuse in there, and then pop the fuse back in.
Just as a side note for you guys, when you're trying to put the wire in there, you may have, a little trouble trying to close this box. So you might have to, adjust or modify your fuse box. Sorry, I'll try to get this better aimed for you. He's right in the light. There we go.
Sorry. I'm cutting a little channel out here on both the bottom piece and the top, so the wire has a place to come out. Otherwise, it will not come out. You will be pinching it. So that's where we're putting it. All right, guys, we got the wiring done. Here's the add a fuse thing that we're supposed to wire in. You'll see this when you get your kit. It'll come with a 5 amp fuse and this add a fuse. You put your 5 amp fuse on the wire side of this, which will be the one closest that you could see, and then the red one goes in the other slot. And then this gray part here you see will need to be trimmed down a little bit. The instructions will tell you that. Just use some side dikes, wire cutters, trim that each side, and then fold it down like I did, and it fits into the Not sure if you can see that. It fits down into there. And then over here, you can cut little notches there to have it come out. I did it over here because I did that before I put that in. So, but it still works. I'm going to do that. We're going to put the lid on it. At that point, you're done wiring it. And then you would, if you weren't putting the 3 lights in we're putting in, you would just put your grill back together, put the 8 bolts in the top, and then put that top piece in. But let's show you what that looks like lit up. One thing I've noticed, you'll see it here. One thing I've noticed, we don't have the LED headlights on here. So that is LED, and it's so much brighter of a white light than this. So, you know, we're probably going to be looking at some LED lights to take care of that. But looks awesome. Let's go on to the 3 lights up front for the Raptor style lighting. It looks pretty cool. This should be even easier because it's just a plug and play on the one side. Then again, the word easy around here, quick, seems to be an issue. So let's get that started. All right, guys, now that we got that emblem all in, which is beautiful, we're going to put the Raptor style lighting in. This is easy. You already have the grill off. You'll see it's going to mount in 2 of the holes that the grill does. So you just slip it in behind here.
Don't drop it in behind it.
I'm going to make sure you feed your wires.
Gotta scooch over a little bit. There you go.
Nope.
Oh, is that the one?
Yeah, right there.
Okay,
you can see it's going to go right there in that hole. And then one's going to go over here. You push it in, and then it'll mount on with the grill. So let's try to get our grill pushed up in there.
It will.
It will. Yeah, it's a tight fit, but we'll get one of these 8 in there. That one in.
Looks like it is.
This one here looks a little
Shifted. You can give yourself a screwdriver.
No, this one looks like you got to press a little harder because that wire harness is.
Well, let's finagle it and hook ourselves up. Okay, guys. Couldn't record the part because we needed both of us. One of us was kind of pushing in pretty lightly, enough to line these up good. This is the last one we got to tighten, I can tell. There you go.
Oops.
So, all 8 of these are just going to be tightened. The hardest ones to line up are the ones that also have the light. The two middle ones. The wiring harness that is onto those 3 lights made this a little bit harder to push in, so you had to, you know, use another person to give it a little bit more to get it started. Ooh.
Then we're just going to feed our wire through like we did on the other side, and it's going to plug right into the back of the light with the adapter.
So let's get that routed. So we tracked that wire through here, ran it right down through there. It was a real pain to get going, but we just used some, not scissors, what are they, forceps?
Forceps, long forceps.
To reach down there and grab it to pull it through. Now that he has it through.
Right here it is.
Yep.
The next thing you're going to wire this into, it comes with this wire adapter here. What you're going to do is pull the plug off of the top plug on the headlight, which is the marker light, which we did. It's right here. You can see it. Then we're going to plug in this adapter.
The Y adapter.
This is going to go in this end. Push it until you hear the click, like that. Then your wire you just fed is going to go onto this weather pack connector. You'll hear the click there. Then you just plug this back into the headlight. And then you're done with that one. Okay, guys, we got that all plugged in and set up. One issue we had was the wiring harness that came with that light. The black wire it had no continuity between 2 ends of the plug. So I had to rewire the plug for now. We'll contact them and see if they can send us a new one, but we just rewired it so it did have the contact. So let's show you what that looks like. There you go. Ain't that sweet? Look at that. You got the Raptor style lights right there. Like I said, guys, just a little bling for the front end of the truck. This is super bright. I mean, that's way brighter than I thought it was going to be. It almost looks funny because we have the halogen headlights. We kind of want LEDs now, so we'll have to see if we can work that out. They're kind of pricey, but we'll see how that goes for a while. All right, guys, now that we got those lights all in, now we're just putting everything back together. We're just putting this trim piece back on. We put the 14 clips back in, and we'll be done with this job. Well, there you have it, guys. Another project done. It's pretty awesome. Looks great. What do you think?
I like it, and I think especially if you get the LED bulbs or the actual housings that are LED as well with the C shape.
Yeah, that was one thing I didn't like was these lights are almost a little yellow compared to how bright this is. So we might end up getting the LED bulbs because the price of the headlights are crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, $1,200-$1,300 a pair or something. So maybe I'll just get the bulbs for a couple $100. That way the colors will match.
So you get something fancy like this, and you almost don't even need a light bar. It's that bright. You probably give you some extra light just glowing right off of it.
We were out here messing with it earlier. We turned that headlights on. We blocked the headlights and had just this on dark in here.
And
It
it
was
just
like its
shines
own
it.
headlight.
Shines it right
So,
up.
it's pretty cool.
So if you guys have any comments on the installation, please just drop them below. We'll try to answer them best we can. If I can't answer it quick, I'm sure he knows.
Yeah, like I did say on that plug that we had a slight issue with, we contacted the company there, the guy we talked with, Randy. He hooked us up with a new plug, so that'll be on its way, and we'll be good to go.
Oh yeah, make sure you slap that like button like it owes you money. Any comments down below, please, if you haven't already, do hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Hit that little bell notification.
Yeah, we need the little bell clicks. That helps the YouTube out.
There's a lot of you guys that aren't subscribed to the channel. You just take a second out, hit the subscribe button. We do appreciate it. We want to try to get that number kicking up there so you guys can see some of these videos we got.
Like I said, we do a little bit of everything. You never know what you're going to see. Sometimes we're on the truck kick, and next we'll be on the boat or hydro dipping or something. We're always doing
some more
something
3D printing. I definitely want to do some more.
Yeah,
of that.
we got some of that going on too. So hit that button. You never know what you're going to see.
All right. Well, until next time,
Try something new.
do a little bit of everything.
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden.